We all know that our farmers and people living in the bush are doing it really tough at the moment because of the drought, and sometimes for those of us in the city it can be a bit tricky to know exactly how to help.
Enter our next guest. Grace Brennan started an Instagram account called Buy From The Bush that promotes bush-based artists and creators. And she's gone from 0 followers to 30,000 in just over a week. Huge success. Grace joins us now. She lives in Warren, which is a little town in New South Wales. Thanks for your time this morning and congratulations with the success of Buy From The Bush. What sparked this idea from you?
Good morning. I suppose I just wanted to do something to help my small community, and I know others are going through very similar things. So a friend of mine told me she was buying her Christmas presents for her family from country businesses this year in the Kris Kringle. And I suddenly thought that everybody should be doing that because there's no shortage of amazing things available from the bush. So I started an Instagram page, spoke to the local retailers and said, would you be interested? And then started posting. And the idea is just to showcase some of the amazing stuff that people can buy for their Christmas presents or just on that day when you want to spend some coin. So it's a pretty simple concept.
I think it was at about 5,000 followers when I saw a lot of the people that I follow on Instagram sharing this Buy From The Bush, and I started to follow along as well, but it's skyrocketed since then. How quickly did this catch on?
I know, it's amazing. So we started it about a week ago, or just over a week ago. And it's a funny thing. I think it's one of those projects where everybody knows how they can help. And as you said at the start, you know, I know, having grown up in the city, that people want to help. They just need an opportunity and need to know how to. So I think it's one of those things that as soon as I mentioned it to people, they started telling their friends, they started kind of pestering all sorts of influential people to share it. And really it's been a collective kind of project, just taking it on. And that's from the city and the country, I think.
So how do you coordinate with the retailers, with the people wanting to sell their creations?
It's really simple. So all they need to do is hashtag Buy From The Bush and tag us at Buy From The Bush. And then we basically search their posts, find beautiful things and just curate them on our page. So if that's meaning absolutely nothing to people, it doesn't matter. I would encourage you, if you don't even have a social media page, just use the white pages or think outside the urban box and think of a small town you've been to. I've been hearing stories about people just getting on the phone to the local IGA, the local hardware store, and just saying they want to support them. So it's been beyond, you know, what we're doing on the Instagram page, but really that's how people are reaching out. They're just using a simple hashtag. It's really powerful.
You've been sharing some of the responses from the retailers as well, from the people selling their goods. I was reading that one person said they hadn't sold anything in 6 months, and then thanks to that page, they've now sold out of their product. So what are the sorts of responses that you have been getting from people?
Yeah, it's incredible. It's so heartwarming, the response from the shop owners and the creators. I think I've had some good stories of people. You know, I got one this morning saying that the poor shop owner had to shut her website briefly because she can't keep up with the orders. And another one, and she just said it's almost her best year ever, just from one simple post on the page. And another one told me that she usually does 1 postage package a month, and she's done 30 in the last week. And I got contacted by an artist who she didn't have an Instagram page before this project, but she thought she'd better create one because she noticed that people were getting involved. So she created an Instagram page, she uploaded some of her art, and she sold her first 4 paintings. And she was really shy to do that. She didn't think anybody would want it. And I think that's been kind of the biggest response from people, that those 30,000 followers are people who care, and hopefully they're long-term customers. Hopefully it's longer than this kind of Christmas run. I want people to understand that there's incredible things that they can access if they go looking at here.
Yeah, what's this been meaning though to those people, not just the individuals, but also the communities that they come from?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's not just the individuals. I think it means, it means that they feel noticed and visible. I think it's really easy to feel like you're in this alone. And I think, in bush communities, there's a strong feeling of, we're in it together, but you don't often think that the city are in it with you. And that's what's been the effect of something like this. And in a really practical sense, it means that these shops stay open through the drought, which is pretty important to people like me. I live 70 k's from town, and the local boutique and the local services are really important to me. So it's meaning that they're surviving, but it's also giving them great hope for the future, which is pretty important.
Grace Brennan, all the best with Buy from the Bush. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me. We really appreciate it.
I think that's a great point that she makes at the end there. Obviously, the money is important because they are really struggling, but it's also about being seen and feeling valued by people because they are struggling so much and they can feel that support.
I love it.
Good.
During the next package, I'm going to pull out my phone and
because Christmas is coming.
Follow them on Instagram. Yeah,
it's good.
absolutely. It's great.